What is Family First? It's our accountability framework that outlines our policies that guide our work and ensures that we are meeting our mandate as outlined in the Child, Youth, and Family Services Act, the Federal Act respecting First Nations, Inuit and Métis children, youth, and families, and the Child Protection Standards. It's the why and why are we doing this? What is 360 Family Engagement? It's not new. It's about connecting the dots between everything that we have learned and committed over the past few years. This includes family finding and its evolution to collaborative family engagement, equity, signs of safety, child welfare commitments to truth and reconciliation, one vision, one voice, trauma and attachment, and voice of the child. How is this all connected into 360 Family Engagement? Let's take a look at our practice principles. All families will receive an equitable service. This starts with a commitment to hearing the family's story and seeking to understand them. 360 Family Engagement supports child welfare in their critical reflection as individuals and as organizations. All families, children, youth, and members of their network should be engaged with empathy and be able to expect this in all their interactions with Children's Aid. We appreciate that one worker equals all workers, past and present. When child welfare workers, systems, and community partners learn to collaborate better together, we are better able to collaborate with families and their networks. Child welfare knows that First Nations, Métis, Inuit, Black, racialized, and LGBTQ2S+ families, children, and youth are overrepresented in all these areas of service, and they are working hard to address this and improve outcomes for all families. We engage families and their networks in collaborative planning and decision-making. Collaborative work with families, bands, and communities builds sustainable safety and better outcomes. Relationships can create change and heal trauma. Family and Children's Services of Waterloo Region has been a commitment to family preservation first. Building and engaging a network around families, children, and youth is a top priority. No one should be alone in their experience with child welfare. Families are the experts in their own lives, and collaboration with them produces better outcomes and more sustainable networks. When someone is unsure or unwilling to involve a network of support, 360 Family Engagement gives us the tools and confidence to explore their worries and expand their networks. Through ongoing conversations and asking good questions, we can find potential and work towards bringing more people and partners into the conversation and planning. Together we can get clarity on what is the biggest unmet need and ensure that we are addressing it in our planning. Lack of consent to find other family connections is no longer an acceptable reason for a child to be in foster care. Engagement can help us move forward together, but in the absence of consent, it also helps us move forward with clarity and transparency. The voices of the children and youth matter. We assess risk with the focus on the voice of children and youth, their safety and cultural attachment, well-being, and permanence. Child welfare needs to listen to what children and youth are saying, but also needs to learn from the voices of children and youth who have experienced the child welfare system. We must seek to understand their worries about connections and culture. Family First is a commitment to ensuring they have lifelong relationships and connections to their culture. Youth who have been through our system have shared the damage that occurred when those connections were broken. We have a responsibility to hear them, but also to support them in understanding their stories and rebuilding or maintaining connections to those who have been with them throughout their lives. We aim to work collaboratively and transparently with families. Together, everyone will work to get clear on the worries and set goals to ensure the safety, cultural attachment, and well-being of children and youth. Family First is not about finding places for children and youth to live. It's about hearing from the family and collaborating with them, and making plans and decisions about their loved ones. It's about knowing who the connections are and preventing children and youth from coming into our care at all. Meeting regularly and staying in conversation with parents and members of their network keeps us moving forward and holds everyone accountable. When we find ourselves feeling stuck, it's important that we come together to reflect on why that is and if there are better, wiser questions we should be asking that could help us find a way forward. We respect families as the experts in their own lives. We seek to understand their lived experience, build on their strengths, and customize our approach to meet their unique needs. Every child and youth has a family, community, and culture. Family is not limited to biological family. A network needs to be made up of sustainable relationships and natural connections, and we recognize that those go beyond biology. Standards guide our work with families. 360 Family Engagement helps to bring out all these pieces together into best practice moving forward. Family and Children's Services of Waterloo Region, along with the child welfare system across the province, continues to reflect and evolve. When we know better, we will do better.